Welcome back to Couch Collectibles. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Today we're looking at a $10,000 ultra rare penny, and we're going to be looking at some other rare pennies that are worth a lot of money, which dates to look for, and all that good stuff. So let's just hop right into it. Don't forget to go check out couchcollectibles.com. Links always in the description. If you guys want to send me coin pictures of your coins and get them reviewed, make sure you guys press the blue join button on the channel and become a level 2 or level 3 member, and you can send those pictures to my email. So let's just hop right into it. Now, first off, we're going to look at the 1970 Lincoln penny. Now, a lot of people know about this 1970 penny. What you want to look for, this is the estimate mark we're looking at, is a double die obverse. So we see the doubling here on the lettering as well as on the date 1970 itself. Such a simple thing to look for with your coin microscopes, which are available on couchcollectibles.com. And I don't want this video to be a promo. Let's get to the nitty gritty here and see what these coins sold for. But this is an image here by PCGS. You can see that in 1970 there's also a large date and small date. So if you guys want to pause this video, you can really see the difference between the large date and small date. So we got a lower 7 here on the large date. And also the 9, the inside loop of the 9 is pointed different than the small date on the large date. So that is something that you could definitely pause the screen and get a better look at. That way you guys have a better eye for large date versus small date. Alright, so first, this is a 1970 large date, and it's got that doubling on the front of the coin, and it's graded at a mint state 63 red brown by NGC. Now this coin here sold for around $1,800, but if we look at this other coin, this is the same exact coin, but it's graded at a mint state 65 red by PCGS, and it's the large date with the doubling, and this coin sold for over $9,900. Nearly a $10,000 penny. So the grade is going to be a huge factor when determining the ultimate value of the coin, of course, because there might be only one graded at a certain grade, and other coins there might be thousands of them graded at a certain grade. So that's not going to have as high as demand. A coin like this is going to have a high demand because of the grade. Like I said, nearly a $10,000 coin. But let's look at the 1971. So in 1971, you also want to look for doubling on the front of the penny. Now you can see that there clearly on the lettering and the date of the coin there, 1971 itself. And here is an example of a, not a mint state graded coin, but typically a coin, a red-brown coin that you would find in your pocket change every day. But you want to look for that doubling. So you can't really see it from a distance, but with your coin microscopes, you can see it. So that's what you want to look for. This coin here sold for a little over $100, so not a super valuable coin. But if we look at the same exact coin that is graded at a red grade, RD, you see there on the coin slab, and it's graded at a mint state 66, which the coin grading scale only goes up to 70, so that is a very high grade. This coin sold for over $10,000. So you go from a $100 coin to a $10,000 coin just because of the condition of the coin. They both have the double die obverse, so always keep that in mind. Let's check out some other dates to look for on your pennies. Now the 1931S. Now we're going to look at some coins that are in not the best condition here to kind of give you an idea of why you should keep these coins. This is a 1931S. If you ever come across the 1931S, you always want to keep it. And honestly, get it graded, because in 1931, for the estimate mark, they only produced 866,000 of these coins. So that is what's going to make them super sought after by collectors, and it's going to give them a lot of value no matter what condition the coin is in. It's always going to have a little bit of value. You can see that this coin has definitely been circulated. It's not a mint state graded coin. It's sold for a little over $140, so still in that condition it's pretty good. Now if this coin had a high grade, it would sell for thousands of dollars. Now for the 1924, if you ever come across a 1924D, this coin here sold for over $3,000. You definitely want to keep it. They only produced a little over 2.5 million of those coins. So again, the higher the grade on those, the more sought after they're going to be, which means the higher the value. Now also in 1914, now we're gonna look at this one. You can see that it's not the best grade. It's graded at an extra fine 45. Definitely not the worst grade by any means. But this coin did sell for over $1,000. And that's because the 1914 D mint mark, they only made around 1.1 million of those coins. So that is why you want to look for the 1914 D. No matter what the condition is, really, in most cases, they're always going to sell for something. And then, of course, the famous 1909 SVDB. Now look at the condition of this. It's only graded at a fine 15, so it's in pretty poor condition, but the coin still sold for over $1,000. And that's because it's got the S mint mark and the VDB. So if you're not familiar with that, if we take a look at this image as an example, you see the 1909 S mint mark there, and then you see the VDB. That is going to be on the bottom of the reverse of this wheat penny. So always look for that on your 1909 pennies. If you got the S mint mark, you still want to look for that, even if it doesn't have the VDB, because they only produced a little over 1 million of those coins. But if it's the 1909 S VDB, they produced only 484,000 of those coins. So they are super, super rare pennies that you can sell for a lot of money. Now this coin here sold for over, like I said, $1,000. Now if this coin was a high graded coin, it would sell for thousands and thousands of dollars. So check out these other pennies that you should always be on the lookout for. So here's an image of a 2005 Denver minted penny. Now it is gold, or at least it looks like it's gold, right? Well, a lot of these pennies out there are actually science experiments. So some of them are fake, but I'm gonna show you some real ones here in a minute. Now this gold penny video by Beals Science, I will put the link to his video down in the comments below. How to make gold pennies. He does a great job explaining of how a lot of kids do these in science class. I personally did it when I was in class. Now you can turn pennies into silver colors and gold colors by doing a simple science experiment. So a lot of those that you find are fake. They're pretty much just science experiment pennies. Now there's a lot of confusion because if we look here at this penny, this is a 1961 Lincoln cent that, you know, looks like it's silver. And this penny actually is silver. This is not one of those fake ones, not one of those science experiments pennies. This was actually struck on a silver dime planchet, a 10-cent planchet. So what that means is that this coin was essentially struck on a dime, a silver dime. So very, very interesting. Now, if you do find something like this, you definitely want to get it authenticated and graded because it could sell for a lot of money. This penny here sold for nearly $1,000. So even if the grade isn't the best, if you have a genuine penny that was struck on a silver planchet, it is still gonna sell for hundreds of dollars in my opinion. Now we all know that in 1943, I just did a whole video on the 1943, so if you haven't seen that, definitely watch it because it goes into depth of all kinds of different 1943 pennies out there. Now this is the 1944 that was struck on a zinc plated steel planchet. So a steel planchet was only supposed to be used for the 1943 wheat penny. In 1944, the pennies went back to copper. So this was supposed to be copper, so this is an error coin. Now this coin sold for over $300,000. So if you find one of these that are legitimate, real, and genuine, and you send it to a coin grading company and they certify it, you were talking a lot of money. I mean, $300,000 for one penny. That is insane. Also, here's the 1943. So this can get even more confusing because the 1943 is already supposed to look like this, right? It's already supposed to look steel. However, this was struck on a foreign coin planchet. So it weighs 3.5 grams. Really, really interesting because it does keep its whole design very well, and it was struck on the wrong planchet. So always weigh your coins, make sure they weigh the right weight or around the right weight, and really inspect your coins up close. Now this coin here sold for over $14,000. $14,000. Now back to the gold coin. Now this is an Indian head penny. I know it's not a Lincoln penny, but this was an Indian head penny that was actually struck on a $2.50 gold planchet. So if you're not familiar with what those coins look like, here's an image of the $2.50 gold piece. Now this Indian head penny, of course, was not supposed to be struck on a gold planchet. So that will give it a ton and ton of value. Now this coin sold for $250,000, $250,000 penny. Can you believe that? That is insane. Could you imagine finding something like this, or just like having something like this in your collection and not knowing that you had it? I mean, that would be incredible. Or if you inherited coins, something of that nature, always be on the lookout and examine your coins before you just take them to a coin dealer and sell them if that's what you want to do. Really examine your coins and know what you have before you actually sell them or put them up for auction. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle, check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I will see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.